Hello, welcome. Let's try to solve another Leetcode problem. 91, Decode Ways. So, we have intercepted a secret message encoded as a string of numbers. The message is decoded via the following mapping. So for character 1, it is A, 2 is B, and 25 it is Y, and 26 it is Z. However, while decoding the message, you realize that there are many different ways you can decode the message because some codes are containing other codes. So for example, 2 and 5, it can also become 25. Yeah. So for example, this one, it can become 1, 1, 10, 6, and it can become 11, 10, 6. Yeah, we just need to check how many different ways. So the grouping, this is not invalid because 0, 6 is invalid. We should not have leading zeros. So this is just according to the problem. Yeah. So if that is impossible to decode, for the third example, 0, 6, we're going to return 0. If it is possible, we just need to return how many different ways of decoding. Yeah. And the length of the string is 100. So this means we're going to solve the problem by dynamic programming. So yeah, let's just try to solve it. And the easiest way is to use cast with memorization. So I'm going to use DFS with I. So if I equal to n going to be length of the string. I'm going to return 1. It means I find a valid way. Then I'm going to set the result to be 0. So if si not equal to string 0, so this means I will go to the next. So result going to plus equal to DFS. It's going to be the next position. It's going to be I plus 1. Another way is that if I plus 1 is less than n and integer of nums I to I plus 2 less than or equal to 26 and more than or equal to 10. So definitely this means it is possible. So result going to plus equal to DFS with I plus 2. And finally we're going to return the result. Because if there's no decoding, so for example in the third testing case 0, 6, so the first character is 0. We didn't execute this one, and we didn't execute this one. So for example, if it is 0, right? So 0, 6, it is 6. We didn't execute the second one, so we're gonna directly return result which is gonna be 0 because it is invalid. So for 0, 6, it's invalid. We didn't go any of the 8 step. But for others, definitely, we're gonna meet the condition, either the first if, or the second if. Yeah. So finally, I just need to return DFS with 0 because I'm gonna start from the 0 index. And let me just define this n gonna be length of the string. Let me now run it. Yeah, it is not less of the string, it is less of the nums. Oh no, it is the string. So this is gonna be the string. Now let me just run it. As you can see, it works. Now let me just submit it. Now let's just check the time complexity because this is a dynamic programming and there's no for loop inside of the DFS. So the time complexity gonna be O(n), and the space complexity gonna be O(n) as well because it is dependent on the stack. Yeah, because while we call the function, it dependent on how many calls we have. So the space complexity is going to be O(n) as well. I think that's all about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.